The Johnson family's new home, nestled deep within the silent woods, stood bathed in the warm glow of Christmas Eve. They had adorned their Christmas tree with twinkling lights and treasured ornaments. A sparkling star perched atop like a beacon in the encroaching darkness. But this year, a strange coldness settled over the house, untouched by laughter or eggnog. At midnight, a heavy silence fell over the room, broken only by the ticking of the grandfather clock and the children's shallow breaths. Mark and Lisa slept soundly, unaware of the shadows gathering in the corners. Emily woke with a gasp, her heart pounding like a drum. In the darkness, she saw a tall, gaunt figure looming over them, its form shrouded in shadow, its skin pale and stretched taut over sharp bones. Its eyes were hollow sockets that seemed to absorb the Christmas light's glow. A skeletal hand reached out, its fingers long and tipped with yellowed claws. "Jake," she whispered urgently, shaking her brother awake. His eyes flew open, and a gasp escaped his lips as he saw the figure. Terror rendered them both speechless. Compelled by a terrifying curiosity, they crept closer. The floorboards groaned beneath their feet. The figure turned slowly towards them, its empty eyes seeming to absorb all light. It raised a long, skeletal finger, the gesture alone enough to freeze their blood. The floorboard creaked upstairs, though they were alone in the house. The wind howled outside, like a mournful cry. Sudden crash from the kitchen echoed through the silent house, jolting the parents awake. Mark grabbed a fireplace poker, his knuckles white as he gripped it tightly. Lisa frantically searched for her phone, her fingers fumbling over the keys. "What's wrong?" Lisa's voice trembled as she held her children close, eyes wide with fright. Emily and Jake recounted what they saw, their voices barely above a whisper. Mark searched fruitlessly through the pockets of shadow, his heart pounding in his chest. Holding each other tightly, they watched as the Christmas lights flickered ominously, casting distorted shadows that danced across the walls. The once warm and inviting room had transformed into something menacing. Whispers slithered from the shadows, their voices a chorus of children chanting, "We want to play forever." A wave of nausea washed over Lisa as she realized the true extent of the danger. Mark felt a surge of protectiveness for his children, a primal urge to shield them from the unseen evil. The laughter abruptly stopped, replaced by an oppressive silence that pressed down on them like a physical weight. The temperature plummeted, and a wave of icy air swept through the room. The figure lunged towards the tree, its skeletal hand reaching for the star. A blinding light erupted from the star, and the tree's branches withered and blackened as if touched by death itself. "Run!" Lisa screamed, her voice cracking with terror. Mark grabbed Emily's hand, pulling her towards the door. Lisa scooped up Jake, herding them all into the cold night. The family's car sped away from the house, its headlights cutting through the darkness. In the rearview mirror, the Christmas tree stood silhouetted against the window, its blackened branches reaching out like claws. As they drove through the night, the whispers followed them, echoing in their minds. They had escaped the house, but the darkness had followed them home. Emily looked down at her hand, a single black spot appearing on her palm, spreading like ink. The darkness had touched them all.